Well, what is going on, everybody? What's up, Jay Spence?
What's up with you, big dog?
Oh, somebody's out in the sun.
Man, I'm enjoying it right now. I stepped out because it's a party in there right now, but
Oh,
man,
well,
I'm enjoying life.
why are we not invited to said party? Oh, that's right. You're in Arizona. You're not in Buffalo. Well, what is going on, Bills Mafia? Welcome to the Buffalo Fanatics Tailgate Show. This is a pretty cool thing. We haven't gotten the chance to do this with you guys yet, mainly because I work Sundays, and Jay Spence is out in Arizona, and he generally doesn't find himself up on Sundays, at least at 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. But it's good to see you guys. I'm going to do my best to run things while you're here, Jay Spence, because I know that you are not able to, so you might have to carry the show just a little bit here and there as I kind of maneuver us around. But I've got some stuff for us. I've got everything you need to know inside of 2 minutes. I've got our promo for the Hump Day Live on October 15th here live in Buffalo. I also have the Inactives list already for us to go through. So what are you feeling about this game? What are you feeling about this game right now?
I feel good. I think I think we're gonna win it. I think that listen, the Raiders are a decent to good team. They're not a great team. They're decent to good. So I think that, the quarterback is decent. The running back is above average. I know you and I the other day. Oh, I've already been there. I got like
no, Danielle Price has beard time. So
oh no, I'm on Crown. I'm probably like I don't know how many shots in. So you guys just pray for me, okay? You guys just pray.
Oh, no.
I'll stay off Twitter today because it's party time. But yeah, no, I think Josh Jacobs is gonna have a day, but I don't think it's gonna matter. I think the thing is if the Bills come out and the key to the game for me is the Bills need to come out like they have in the first couple of weeks of the season and score 2-3 touchdowns quick. If you can kind of build a lead or score points early, it will make Las Vegas stop.
Yeah.
It'll make them, get rid of the run game. We don't want them to run the ball. Josh Jacobs is and I know, like I said, Wednesday you and I disagreed as far as just how good he actually is, but I'm nervous about him.
He's only averaging 86 yards a game. Now, clearly the Bills haven't been playing good run defense either. So
and he also played against the Patriots, who held him to whatever. And he also, they played against teams that have great defenses as well. So I'm nervous about Josh Jacobs. Nothing else about the Raiders make me nervous.
If I had to guess, I think this is very much going to be a situation where I'm not saying that they're going to let him get his yards, but it's going to be a situation where he's going to get his yards. They're going to do their best to shut down Derek Carr. I think they're probably going to do a similar playbook to what the Patriots did. They're going to try to shut down that screen game because Derek Carr, much like Jared Goff, is not going to go over the top on you. So I think they're going to try to keep all that throwing, passing stuff kind of in check, and they're going to let. I wouldn't be surprised if they let Josh Jacobs eat a little bit, if that makes sense. Knowing that if he gets 120 yards on the ground, it's probably not like our offense should outscore them. I know you listen to my podcast. I was surprised to find out that they're averaging more points against than they are points for, 30-29. I thought that was like a little backwards. I've never seen that. I don't think ever where a team with a winning record, and I know it's only 2-1, but a team with a winning record is averaging like more points against than for, and it's 1 point, but still I was like, whoa, like that really threw me a little bit. So I don't know.
It's a little different. Like you normally, you're right. You don't see that if typically for the season, if you have more points against you, you have more losses than wins. And, so it is only 2-1. So games could have bounced differently, but it's just an interesting stat. It's an interesting stat because it makes me feel very good about our offense.
Yeah, agreed. So this is what's up, everybody. We're going to be with you for about the next 55 minutes up until about 4:15 this afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. The game kicks off, as you guys know, at 4:25, so we want to be out of here by then. I've got the Raiders and the Bucks game the Chargers and the Bucks game going on my iPad. It's 24-21. The Bucks are mounting a comeback, and I'm monitoring a bunch of the games just kind of on my laptop, if you will, and I'm surprised. I'm going to be honest with you, and I wasn't planning on going there yet, and we can talk about it in a second, Spence, because I got some questions for you. Start thinking about the Texans, because I got some questions just about the Texans, because I don't know what in the world is going on with this Texans football team. It's surprising to say the least, as far as, and then the Dolphins are playing the Seahawks tight, which it's just the Dolphins, right? I mean, it's just the Dolphins. Like
the Dolphins are a good team, man. Remember in the offseason when we did like our predictions for the season, and I'm like, look, don't sleep on the Dolphins. They're going to be number 2 in our division.
Right. No,
So
I was being sarcastic. I was
well,
being
no,
sarcastic.
I know you are. I'm saying, like, for people in the comments, for people who are watching,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, do not sleep on the Miami Dolphins. And actually, even if, let's just say, Tua doesn't start at all for the season,
Mhm.
do not sleep on Ryan Fitzpatrick. I know that we see, like,
Right.
he can give you the 5 touchdown game or he can give you the 3 interception game. I get that. But the thing is, we've seen him in Buffalo as our quarterback give us those 4, 5 touchdown games.
Yep.
And that's the reason we gave him the extension.
That's
Any
right.
given Sunday, he can light it up, man.
He can
He
light it
can
up.
light it up.
He can light up. So those of you that are chatting or that are commenting with us, we are going to let you guys run the show here in a couple minutes. I want to do a couple quick things before we do that. First thing I want to do is I want to promo something coming up. If you are in the Buffalo area, if you still live in Buffalo, or you're within 2 hours of a drive of Buffalo, October 15th, provided there is not a pause in the schedule for the NFL, October 15th, which is what, 2 Thursdays. So the primetime game, Kansas City versus our Buffalo Bills at the Bills Stadium. Jay Spence, your man Jay Spence, and myself are going to be live at Magruder's in Depew from 6:30 to 8 o'clock for a live Hump Day Hotline pregame special. And then we're going to hang around, and some folks are going to be buying Jay Spence some beers, and probably me too. And we're going to watch the game with you guys. So mark your calendar. I think capacity is only 50 people, so you're going to have to get there and probably get there early. Also, super chatters get priority. Sorry, Jay Spence. The super chatters get priority. So if you've got something you want to say and you want to get our attention, please do me a favor and super chat us. What were we gonna say, bro?
No, you don't have to apologize. I was gonna say, I don't actually drink beer, but I've been saying somebody's gonna buy me a beer. So I'm gonna drink a beer that night. I'm gonna do it. I'm a shotgun it.
Or a bunch of Crown and Cokes is what you're telling me.
No, I'll shotgun a beer.
Let's do this. So we have a video that was made up by the one and only Judge Mathis.
Where's he at? I thought he was gonna be here.
Nope, just you and me, bro. It's just us.
Okay, I mean, I will always enjoy time with Joe, but I thought Steve was going to join us, man. I was like, what, it'd be fun.
So let's take a real quick 2 minutes. Steve pulled up or made up a video, all the things you need to know about this game inside of 2 minutes. So sit tight, everybody, and take a look at this.
This is Fast Fanatics. Everything you need to know about this week's game in under 2 minutes. The betting lines favor the 3-0 Buffalo Bills as they head to Las Vegas to take on the Raiders. The Bills are 3-point favorites, and the over-under is 52.5. Weather won't be a factor this week, as the game will be taking place inside an oversized Roomba, otherwise known as Allegiant Stadium. The Raiders will be short a handful of players. Out is starting corner and first-round pick Damon Arnett, fellow rookie and starting wide receiver Brian Edwards, and starting left guard and former Buffalo Bill Richie Incognito. Unlikely to play for the Raiders is starting right tackle Trent Brown and starting wide receiver Henry Ruggs. Game time decisions include starting safety Jonathan Abraham and linebacker Nick Kwiatkowski. On the Bills' end, a much shorter list. Out is reserve linebacker Delshon Phillips. Questionable are running backs Zach Moss and defensive end Mario Addison. If Moss can't go, expect another heavy workload for Devin Singletary with TJ Yeldon sprinkled in. If Addison can't go, expect the snap counts for Jerry Hughes and Trent Murphy to rise, while AJ Epinesa and Darryl Johnson rotate in behind. Keys to the game for the defense, stack the box. Last week, the Rams ran all over the Buffalo Bills, who were running strictly nickel defense. So we should see more AJ Klein this week and less Teron Johnson. The Buffalo Bills should also take the sort of Tom Brady approach from last season. Keep everything underneath. The Raiders don't have a lot of playmakers who can make plays down the field. They rely on yards after the catch. So concentrate on the run, keep everything in front of you, and make sure that you are tackling. Keys to the game for the offense, we need to see Air Raid Allen again. The Josh Allen that we saw against the Miami Dolphins. The Buffalo Bills should be looking to throw the ball to set up the run. Oakland is dinged up at corner, and they have some big, bulky safeties. Wide receivers like Gabe Davis, John Brown, and Stephon Diggs should be able to take the top off this defense, and Allen has to connect. By getting the ball down the field, it should set up the run game for Devin Singletary.
Longest 2 minutes of my life, bro.
That was long. It was very long.
Longest 2 minutes of my life.
It let me go to the bathroom and get a drink and everything. I came back and
So this is what we got. So the inactives list is out. Inactives for your Buffalo Bills today. Jake Fromm, which is no surprise. Zach Moss, a little bit of a surprise, but not really. Deshaun Phillips, not a surprise. Ike Bodiger, and then Lee Smith is also inactive, which the interesting name missing from this list in that little tiny sixth box that's missing is Josh Norman. So we're going to see. I thought you were presenting. I thought you presented.
Oh, no, I got done. This is where I'm at. But go ahead. Keep going. Keep going. This funny. Is where I'm at for today, guys.
Apparently, Josh Norman is going to play in this football game, which I think there's some people concerned just about, does that put Levi Wallace at nickel corner or in the slot? I don't think it changes that much. I think it puts Levi Wallace on the bench if I had to guess, but that's just me. But I'm excited. I'm very, very interested and excited to see Josh Norman opposite Tre'Davious White today. Very excited. Thoughts?
I'm super excited. This is what I've been waiting on since. Let's see. I feel like we signed Josh Norman literally the day I was moving to Arizona. So I was in the airport when I got I can tell you, I got the notification while I was in the airport that we signed him. And I remember like texting everybody back in Buffalo, like while I was, waiting for my connecting flight. And I'm like, oh my God, like this is finally happening. This is happening. So I've been waiting on this since March.
Right.
Josh Norman is literally, he's what I'm hoping. I don't want to make the statement like it's going to happen. Sure. I'm hoping that Josh Norman will actually elevate our defense to the point where you really can't pass against us.
Right.
You have to run against us.
Right.
Like you just have to.
I agree. And I agree with, Kyle Woolston, who says that they'll probably split snaps. 50-50 is probably about right. It'll be interesting to kind of see. Just so you know, the Buccaneers did just take the lead on a touchdown pass by Tom Brady over the Chargers. Talk to me about that Herbert kid, right? This kid can play football. Justin Herbert.
He can.
Let me look up his stats real quick for the game right now. Go ahead.
While you're looking him up, one of the things that is interesting to me, and we all love their coach because he was our guy out here in Buffalo for a second, but he's still talking like Tyrod's going to start when he comes back.
Crazy.
Why? Why? Like before we started the show, before I came out, I think he had 2 touchdowns and like 180 yards passing or something like that.
Yeah.
Why are we putting Tyrod? Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are we putting Tyrod back?
Yeah. 16 of 19, 204 with 2 touchdowns. This game's not over yet. So yeah, I don't get it either. So it'll be interesting to see kind of where that goes. And, my daughter is becoming a huge football fan. She's always been a Bills fan. She's 13 and she's becoming a huge football fan just in general and fantasy football. And she's upstairs talking like Tyrod ain't getting his job back, is he, Dad? And I'm like, I don't think so.
No.
So,
hold on, my guy Neil is here with me. Neil is he's a Giants fan, so I feel bad for him.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
no, it's my guy Neil.
Yo.
He's a Giants fan.
Are you even watching that game?
I know we're doing bad.
Yeah, he's not watching it. We're actually watching the Arizona game because the Giants are doing bad. So yeah,
the Panthers are putting a thump down. They're putting a spanking on the Cardinals.
Yeah, no, the Panthers are playing well, man. They're hold on, I'm trying to get it back to where I had it to where it's not falling. I'm sorry.
Yep.
But I hold it. But the Panthers are playing well, man.
Yep. Do me a favor, answer this question from John for me. Better day at running back, Singletary or Jacobs today?
Singletary because we win, but statistically Jacobs.
Really? I think I predicted Singletary to have about 160 yards total offense today. I don't know where Josh Jacobs is going to be, but that's just what I've got for him.
But Joe, you don't think Jacobs and we almost like you. Yeah, but you actually almost got annoyed with me Wednesday because you thought
you were calling him elite. He's not elite.
No, I didn't say he was elite. I said that he's a step below what the Saquons and the CMCs are, but he's not Saquon and CMC, but he's way better than Singletary. And I love Singletary. Nope. See, that's the homer in you. That's the homer.
Not the homer in me. It's the moves that I see Singletary make. The catches, like Josh Jacobs is not a threat out of the backfield. The runs that I see, I don't think Singletary's featured enough to even know what Singletary is at this point. And what they ended up doing is they went and got another running back. So there's a situation where I don't even know that they're going to give him the chance to really be featured as a running back. And now this offense, thank God, I love it, and I'm not saying anything bad about it, is a pass. I mean, it's Air Allen, right? It's Air Allen all day long on this offense right now. And it'll be interesting. Yeah,
But Joe,
Jacobs.
come on, man.
I don't think this is out of control. Jacobs 100 yards, two TDs today.
But that's a lot, and that's what I was saying Wednesday. And you're like, no, I don't. I just don't think he has that effect. And I'm like, Joe, and you're like, and I'm like, dude, he's gonna have at least 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's gonna eat. He's gonna eat today.
We'll see. I'm gonna be stressing it out. That's for sure.
Well, I'm gonna be texting you. I know that much.
No need to rub it in because if I remember the beginning of the season, you also told me Kenyon Drake was going to be a monster, and he's not. So. There's just
he's not because they traded for DeAndre Hopkins, but I guarantee you, when the opportunity presents itself, you will absolutely see Drake do some super. He's gonna make some people upset.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you.
Elliot with a very clutch comment here. Singletary is not effective in the red zone. That's what kills him about his game, and the reason that he's not effective in the red zone is because of one Joshua Allen. Josh Allen, I think what was the stat we saw today? 42-0 touchdowns inside the red zone or something like that. You disagree? They don't let the running backs run the ball.
No, but when he has run the ball, he hasn't proven
twice.
He hasn't twice last week. But look over. I have to pull up the stats. I don't know first season how many times he actually had the opportunity.
Yeah, I don't.
But the thing is, there's a reason why they choose to give Josh the ball on the goal line as opposed to our running backs. That's all I'm gonna say.
Gotcha. We'll see. It's going to be a fun game to watch. The ground game is going to come in pretty, it's going to play a part on both sides. So there's an aspect of this Raiders defense is not good against the run. And obviously the Bills defense is not good against the run. At least they have not been yet this year. So we'll see. I'm sorry. Somebody just said that Herbert just threw a bomb. Oh, there it is.
Jeez.
Herbert just took the lead back. He threw a big pass on 3rd and 7 to take the lead back from the Bucs. So that game's shaping up to be something nice, which is kind of cool.
Man, if Tyrod comes back and starts, I'm gonna lose all faith in the NFL.
It would be strange. It would be strange.
Well, I love Tyrod, and I do because I'm the one. Even when you're like, well, but he wasn't, and I'm like, no, he's the first quarterback to take us to the playoffs since Jim Kelly. I give you the whole speech. If Tyrod comes back and starts, I completely lose faith in the NFL.
First of all, Brian, I did not say that Singletary is better than Jacobs. That is not what I said. What I said was, I don't know that we're ever going to find out what Singletary could be as a feature back, because Devin Singletary, at least as it pertains to this offense, is never going to be featured as the running back.
It doesn't matter. He could be featured. He could be at a team where it's a run heavy team, and he still wouldn't be Josh Jacobs. I love Singletary. He's not. Well, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. No, he's not going to be Jacobs.
You're good. So let's get to this. Let's see what the folks at home have to say as far as the key. What is the main key to securing a Bills victory today? Oh, Davion Price with the super chat. We'll throw that up there. Davion Price says everybody's scared of Jacobs. Have faith in the D. Thank you for the super chat. Apparently Jay Spence doesn't have any faith in the defense right now.
Not in the Russian defense. I haven't had faith in our Russian defense for the last
it's been a while.
24 games. I haven't had faith in our Russian defense.
It's been a while. I would agree. I think they're gonna have to do something to plug some holes. Clearly I think we're gonna find that Edmonds is going to be better today. He's probably going to be 100%. They were saying he wasn't. There's still opportunity for Harrison Phillips to turn back into the guy that he was. But this defense, we all hate to admit it, but it's missing Star Lotulelei. It literally is missing Star Lotulelei. And you got to wonder if it's missing.
Here's the thing. But here's the thing. And as much as I try to put out there, we missed Star. Even with Star last year, we struggled against the run. There's a reason why in the first half, Adrian Peterson had almost 100 yards. And there's a reason why Saquon killed us in the first half. Even with Star, we struggled. So without him, we're definitely struggling against the run. I'm worried about Josh. I'm not worried about the game. I'm just worried about making Josh Jacobs look like Saquon. I don't think he's Saquon.
Sure.
But I'm worried about making him look like that.
Yep. We were talking about this on Wednesday, a team to let Darrell Henderson have a day, right? Literally he did. He absolutely did. Spence is a hater, and I feel like Singletary can be way better than Jacobs, just like Joe said. I didn't say that. I didn't say way better than Jacobs. So stop. Y'all stop.
Call me a hater.
Stop putting
I'm the guy that's on these podcasts and these different vlogs and stuff where I'm like, I try to be honest. I don't try to be a homer. So I love Singletary. All summer, everybody was yelling at me because I felt like Moss would end up being a better running back than Singletary. I don't hate Singletary. I love Singletary. He's actually on my fantasy team. That's how much I love him. Yeah. But I also understand that Josh Jacobs is he's I give him top 7 running back in the league. Singletary, I would put him top 20.
Yeah.
So it's just a different conversation.
Probably if Singletary didn't have Moss and just that thing out there with Moss, I'm probably putting him in 15-ish, 14, 15. But you're right.
I agree.
The problem that I have with Jacobs, and this is the fantasy guy in me, is he just doesn't catch the ball enough. Elliott has a great comment. Key to the game is their run defense. And I want to ask you that. I think they snapped back this game. They are pissed, embarrassed by last week's performance. I don't know if they're pissed. I don't think they're pissed and embarrassed. They should be. Whoever this Henderson kid is. And that's 2 games in a row where like they were abused up the middle of the field. Both on the run and the pass. I think the key to this football game is Josh Allen and his arm. Like, do you think it's the defense or do you think it's Josh Allen?
I think it's a run defense.
Yeah.
I think Josh is going to do what Josh does, even when he has so the bad games that we remember from him. Mm-hmm. So like even just go back to last season before he was throwing 300 yards consecutively for 3 weeks. It's like he was not given those pass numbers, but he was still winning game. He had the most. He was tied for the first in the league in fourth quarter victories. So it's like Josh is still Josh. I'm not worried about our offense. It's the rush defense.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, Patty, our kicker. Hopefully he can kick today.
Hey, Patty.
He's done really well other than the first game. Since the first game, he hasn't missed. So don't go jinxing him. Don't go jinxing him. Brian Bauer says, do you guys think our pass defense will show up with the Raiders having no top-notch receivers today if we can contain? Listen, I said it on my pregame podcast show today. If you haven't listened to it, you've still got time to jump off of here and listen
to it.
They have, I mean, it's Hunter Renfrow and Zay Jones. Like, this isn't a team that has Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods and Tyler Higbee. I mean, it's
real talk.
Yeah.
Real talk. We should be able to put Trey and even Levi or Josh out there.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's put 8 people in the box.
Right.
That's what should happen today with those receivers. If we can't cover now, Waller is an issue. Waller's a problem.
But I'm impressed with the way that they shut down Higbee last week, and I think that they have the ability to do it again this week with Waller. I think Higbee is still the better tight end, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. But yes, there's an aspect of putting those cornerbacks on an island, right? With those wide receivers. And just like you said, if you're going to beat us with the run, then come at us. If they come at this game with a lot of nickel, which is what we've seen, it'll be interesting to see what ends up happening as far as just from a run defense standpoint. So yeah, agreed. So
let me ask you this: who? And I know we're Buffalo, so we're automatically going to think Sean McDermott is the best. What do you think about the coaching matchup? So I do too. I actually think that the Raiders have, and I get it. He's fun to make fun of.
Yeah,
he's awesome to joke about. But there's a reason why they gave him a 10-year, $100 million deal. He's smart. Like the guy knows what he's doing. Yeah. What do you think about the coaching matchup?
So I'm going to be honest with you. This might not be a super, super popular thing for me to say. It like the chat might blow up. I wanted Gruden as a head coach, and I don't mean like I wanted him over necessarily McDermott. I didn't know who McDermott was when he got hired. And to be honest with you, 99% of us didn't know who he was either. And I didn't understand, there was the rumors floating around that Gruden was wanting to come out of retirement. And so I was like, why doesn't somebody on the Bills staff make a play for this guy instead of all these clowns that we keep getting, Doug Marrone and all these guys? And obviously we talk about Rex enough. I think it literally comes down to the difference between last week and this week. And that being that, like, Gruden is Sean McVay 20 years ago. Like, he was that cutting edge, like the dude that made Rich Gannon blow up, turned Brad Johnson into a Super Bowl winning quarterback, like guy, which is what McVay is. McVay is a mastermind. I love this matchup between a defensive mastermind who, let's be honest, McDermott is a budding defensive head coach who isn't like normal defensive head coaches. He has a desire for points to be scored. He's made mention several times, like he's not happy with a 12-10 win. Like, he wants to beat teams, which makes a big difference. But you almost have to wonder if this game actually comes down to Brian Daboll versus John Gruden, which is kind of interesting. So
that is
Daboll,
interesting.
You can't really complain about Brian Daboll right now. Like, Brian Daboll is going to be a head coach next year if this keeps up. Have you heard the stats? Josh Allen is on pace for 5,500 yards right now if he keeps up this pace, and like 50 touchdowns. That's insane.
Yeah, I give him 42 for the year. 4,200 yards.
Yeah, and that'll make Mathis happy. That's exactly what Mathis called. So Mathis.
Well, but I mean, that's where he's at. I mean, I get he's on pace for that, He had 3 hot weeks, and I think it'll continue this weekend. But I just don't think by the end of the year we'll be seeing Josh throw for 300 every game. Like,
I don't think so either.
I just don't see that. But I love Josh, man. Like, are you not excited about like aside from, like, I know we talk about it every week. I know we talk about it every Wednesday and then on our podcast, but like, just as a fan for a moment, like, let's act like we don't do podcasts and let's act like we're not doing this.
All right.
As a fan, dude, I'm super excited. Like when I got here today and I'm talking about like the game and we're excited, I'm like, dude, I have the best team out of all of you in here. So shut up. Like I can walk into a room with that type of energy and it feels great. Like, when's the last time you were able to walk into a room and say, nope, your team's trash, mine's is better, and we're going to win?
So one thing, so I lived you just recently moved away from Buffalo. You're in Arizona now. And I know you spent some time in Indianapolis. I spent 13 years in Columbus, Ohio. And everybody in Columbus knew I was a Bills fan. Like, so when the whole Bills Mafia thing blew up, like, I would have friends text me as a joke and like they'd hashtag Bills Mafia, or if it was in a group chat, like all my friends in Columbus, who were mostly Steelers fans, because people in Columbus, Ohio are Buckeye fans and they're Steeler fans because the Browns and the Bengals traditionally suck, which is a whole other conversation for another day. But I'm always, everywhere I've gone, have been known as the Bills guy, like the Bills fan. I'm that guy that's the Bills fan. And it's always been about making excuses. Well, the defense is really good. If Tyrod Taylor can just be top 15, or, that offense is really humming with Ryan Fitzpatrick. Can he sustain it? And can the defense, keep teams out of the game? There's always been a but, right? I mean, for 20 years, it's been like this, that, Travis Henry is an awesome running back and he's going to eat today, but can we overcome whatever it is? And we're literally in a situation where like the league is on notice. This roster is riddled with talent up and down. And the bona fide leader of this team is a superstar in the making in our quarterback. You're wearing his jersey, and I'm wearing a hoodie that's got his number on it, right? I mean,
let's get it.
You're talking about potentially, if this keeps up, and I'm going to say it, the next $500 million quarterback in the NFL. MVP. Am I right or wrong, though? I mean, are we looking at the next $500 million quarterback in the NFL? It'll be interesting to see. Oh. The question is how much pressure will there be to get him done early? That's the interesting question that has to be asked. How much pressure?
Well, that's the thing I'm scared of. I don't want the coaching staff, and I'll put this down again. I don't want the coaching staff or the front office to feel like the goal shouldn't be Josh Allen being the best quarterback or the top 3 quarterback in the league. Mm-hmm. I know it's like the first 3 weeks of the season, it looks like that. Right, the goal should be to continue to build a complete roster to win and to be, a Super Bowl contender. So the thing is, they are, but what I'm saying is, like you mentioned a couple minutes ago, but it's Josh Allen. Like, we're going crazy just throwing the ball. So they're not running the ball the way they used to. They're not right. Like, so the game plan is just different. And I'm not complaining about that. It's fun as hell right now as a Bills fan. But what I'm saying is, when the season gets tough, later on in a few weeks, when we face Kansas City and when we face Seattle and when we face other teams who are difficult, I don't want it to be a focus on making Josh Allen into this picture of a quarterback we want him to be.
Sure.
I still want us to be a great team. So that's my concern, but right now I'm just enjoying the ride.
But before I get to this comment, is Josh Allen becoming the player that makes the guys around him better? And I think that's beginning to happen. So James Kehoe, James Kehoe.
I'm sorry. Before we go go there, is it that he's making the players around him better, or is it that Brandon Beane has really put better players around him to make him better?
Yeah, but we've seen super teams constructed before, and it never works because the culture isn't there, and there isn't a bona fide leader on the team. These guys would go to war for this kid. Like,
you think we got a super team?
I think when you think of the pieces that have been put in place, the guys that they have acquired, whether it's Brown and Beasley and now Diggs, I mean, they're going and getting guys like that are, the free agents that they've picked up outside of like Quentin Spain. And somebody asked earlier if Quentin Spain's going to start. I don't have that answer.
But see, to me, when I think super team, I think of like what people thought Cleveland would be last season.
Sure. Right. No, for sure. But my point is, there's a lot of, make no mistake, there are personalities on this football team. Now, the good news is the Bills are very good about going to get the right personalities. I want to get to this comment. James Kehoe, I don't know if you're a Bills fan.
James Kehoe.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Carr is playing his best football, man. I'm guessing you're a Raiders fan. Bills fans need to keep the comments to Bills content. I don't know if you've looked around, James, this is a Buffalo Bills podcast. Like this is a Buffalo.
But
Bills
even
family.
if who's talking bad about Carr?
I don't
Nobody's
know.
saying Carr is bad. What we're saying is we're not nervous about him throwing the ball deep because
Yeah, well,
that's just not what he does.
It's not what he does. He's a check down Charlie. So him and
So I'm not worried about him.
Him and now Gruden's probably asking Carr to do more than McVay is, and that's just an observation I've made from listening to Bruce Nolan and like the Cover One guys. But yeah, there's an aspect to what's going on that, like, you know, Derek isn't going to go over the top a bunch on you. So as Tilt Money says, smash those likes. We can't say hump those likes.
Hump those likes. No, hump them.
This isn't the Hump Day Hotline, but jump
this
on that like button.
This is the special tailgate. This is the Hump Day edition of the tailgate because Steve didn't join us. So the Hump Day Hotline is taking over the tailgate. Hump those likes, man. Hump them.
Jason Stroud. This looks like a Raider fan too, judging by the helmets. No, Carr's next season was when he was an MVP candidate, then broke his hand during the regular season finally a few years back. I don't want to.
Car's trash, man. Car's trash.
Where is the bell? Jeff King coming in like a monster with a $50 super chat. Thank you, Spence.
Thank you, Jeff.
About MVP titles.
Thank you, Jeff.
Just
Pierre and Rico. Make sure I get 80% of that one, man.
Just give me the title. I don't need no MVP. I just need the Super Bowl. Jeff King, thank you for the super chat. You were the man. Brian Bowers coming in right behind him. Just a dono for you both. Love what you guys bring to the Fanatics. Salute to you, brother, too. Right back at you.
Thank you, Brian.
What does that mean? Dono? What does that mean, Brian? What were you trying to say there, buddy? Brian, chime in.
Just tell us what you were saying, but we appreciate you. And you're here every week, man. We appreciate, we appreciate how loyal certain people are, man. Like
all the regulars.
There's certain shows where we see people every single week.
Awesome. Just a donation for you both.
Thank you, man.
Oh, I can tell you this: between you and Mr. Jeff King, our wives are going to be happy when we take him out for dinner. So thank you so much. Like it does make a difference. You'd be surprised the flack we get from our spouses. Like we are not.
I want a steak.
We are not single men living in our mom's basement. Like
nope, not in the basement.
Car payments. I got kids. And every minute that I'm down here hanging with y'all, I'm not upstairs hanging with the wife. So, dude,
it's a problem.
We appreciate Bills Mafia. We are Bills Mafia, and we appreciate Bills Mafia. So, yeah, Joe Spence just showed his age. Whoop.
How I show my age? What'd I do? What did I do?
I think you should want to stay. I don't know. Chris Bruton backing it up too for the Crown Fund. Cheers, brother. Hey, I'm a tequila guy, but I love me some Crown Royal too. Am I allowed to like Crown Royal? I like tequila.
Cheers,
I like Crown.
Fellas.
Look at this guy. Are you going to make it to the game? Like,
nope.
What do we got? We got almost 30 minutes to go MVP.
No, I'm not. I'm not chugging. If I chug, I really won't make it. I have to sip because I'm like. Well, you see where the bottle is. I'm in, so I can't just do shots like that. I gotta chill.
This guy.
It's water time. It's water time.
We are having fun. Andrew Miller stepping it up too. Thank you for the super chat. If Dable gets a head coaching job, it'll be interesting to see if Allen keeps progressing and how we replace him. That's what good teams do. It's absolutely true. You want to see them bring somebody up from the inside, probably in that type of a situation.
I don't think so. Well, first, I think obviously I would love to see Ken Dorsey get a chance.
Yeah.
But I don't think that it would really be tequila.
Keep them on.
Please keep them on.
So
I don't think that so I give Brian Daboll all the credit in the world, but I really think that Josh Allen wants to be great.
Yeah.
So there's a thing about, obviously your coaches matter and it depends on who, because I'm sure Sam Darnold wants to be great. I'm sure there are other quarterbacks who wanted to be great. But what I'm saying is Josh Allen, the type of work he puts in, man, I don't think Daboll leaving will really have the effect on the team that it will have for other quarterbacks who lose their offensive coordinators.
Totally get it. So Jeff King he's backing it up twice. Let's go, Buffalo. Have a steak on me, guys. The cool thing about it is Spence is going to be in town, so we wanted to talk about that. I want to head right back over to it. So for those of you that are in here, in 2 weeks, Thursday, October 15th, Spence and I are going to be live on location at Magruder's in Depew from 6:30 to 8 p.m. If you are in Buffalo or within a 2-hour drive, make your way on out there. We're going to be doing this exact thing live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, but also in the room. And then we're going to be sticking around to watch the Bills hopefully play a really good competitive football game against the Chiefs and maybe beat them. I think you had that as a win, did you not? When we did this in the preseason?
We're gonna beat the Chiefs.
You had that game as a win. I think I call it as a loss. So we're talking. So don't get mad at us. We're talking. This is back in June. So back in June, I had it marked as a loss. Spence had it marked as a win. So
I still have it marked. Listen, if we go into that game 5-0, I'm still taking it as a W. We're gonna be 6-0 after playing the Chiefs.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Well, if we play the Titans, so there's a chance that Titans game might get pushed. So I'm wondering if there's going to be a pause next week altogether.
Pause.
So it'll be.
You got to say it like. Do you know who Dame Dash is?
Mm-mm.
Well, I'm going to send you a clip. You got to say pause like Dame Dash from now on.
This is true. Hang on a second. This is true. Jason Stroud says this tailgate was brought to you by Jeff King.
That is a fact. Thank you, Jeff King. You are my favorite Buffalo Fanatics fan and super chatter and supporter. I love you.
Go ahead. What were you going to say? So how does he say the pause?
Well, no, I'm gonna send you a video because it's actually annoying, but it's funny. So like whenever somebody says something uncomfortable, it's like pause. So I'm gonna send it so you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm sure people in the chat know what I'm talking about.
Gotcha. So what do we think in Bills Mafia? What do we want to get to, Spence? Do we want to get to score predictions? Do we want to get to a Josh Allen stat line for the day? I mean, I know you put yours out today. I put mine out this morning.
Well, real quick before, because I know the game is starting soon, so we only have a few more minutes on
24,
here.
24 minutes. What?
24 minutes
before we're out. We're out in 24 minutes.
Okay, so before we get to that, really quickly, I want to ask you. So as far as because we already talked about Devin Singletary and Josh Jacobs, we talked about the coaching battle.
Yep.
We kind of talked about the quarterback battle. Let me ask you this.
All right.
What do you feel about our linebackers becoming healthy now? What about the linebacker battle? They have a linebacking core that's trying to rebound as well.
Yeah.
It's a big game for them.
Yeah.
Defensively, and we're expecting Singletary to have a big game. They've been struggling.
Yeah, a little bit. Yep.
So
Rex Burkhead ate them up last week. And
to me, Rex isn't like he's nobody I'm scared of every week.
I have it in my notes. Was it 265? They gave up 265 yards on the ground last week. That's big. Like that's embarrassing. You want to talk about a defensive team that's probably embarrassed? It's that one.
So what do you think about that battle? Because to me, that's the battle. I think Josh is going to be Josh. So I think Josh is going to do what he does. And the same thing with Carr. I think Carr, I know a lot of Raiders fans think that we're talking negatively about him. I love Derek Carr. I think he's better than his brother. And I think he's better than a lot of quarterbacks, and he's better than a lot of people give him credit for.
I got a man crush.
I just don't think that he's going to throw for 325 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Not on this team. I've got a man crush. You and I have talked about 100 times. The fact that the dude is a Raider, so he's on a Pirate team, and when you look through his helmet, like his mask, he's got he doesn't have guy liner on. He's just got natural guy liner. Like to me, it's just like fitting. Like he's the perfect quarterback for that football team.
He has guy liner and he manscapes.
Yes. Which for all of you that are in here right now, I gotta remove this banner.
I'm on, man. I'm on.
Give it to us. Give us the Manscaped. Do the read. I don't even know if we're supposed to, but you might as well.
We probably aren't even supposed to. But listen, fellas, if you haven't Manscaped and you haven't looked at Manscaped, go to manscaped.com. Use the code Buffalo Fanatics, or is it Fanatics? It's just Fanatics, right?
Fanatics. Yep.
Okay. Use the code Fanatics. You get 20% off you get free shipping and 20% off of whatever products you get. I'm gonna just tell you right now, it is the smoothest ride your lady will ever have if you have Manscaped. You need to go ahead and get it. Get it now.
Go get it. I got it too. So I love this. I love this from Tebow, 1999, which I don't know if this is TEBOW and it's short or if that has nothing to do with Tebow.
No, see, I don't like that. I disagree.
Let me read it. Spence, come on. I could be better than Carr's brother in the NFL. Only bigger bust was Jamarcus Russell. And here's the difference for me. And it's relevant when we're talking about Sam Darnold. The Jets are about to do to Sam Darnold what the Texans did to David Carr. Like legit, David Carr came out with all the talent in the world. That team just ruined him. Like legit, straight up ruined him. You can talk about it.
Well, I see it as it was at the time. So when Carr was drafted, David, not Derek, when David Carr was drafted, it was an expansion team. So it was their first. My man's supposed to smash hex, yes. Huh? It was Derek Carr's first season, but it was an expansion team. So they literally
talking about Chris Bruton. Just got mine. My balls are thanking me. That's what I'm talking about.
Chris, do that, Chris. But David Carr, he was in a situation where he didn't have the talent around him that he should have had. It was an expansion team. Derek Carr is completely different from his brother. But David, man, it was about, you have to do the salary as well as draft well in your first year as an expansion team. Nobody expects a first-year team to play well.
Yep.
And then throughout his career, he was the quarterback for their first regime. So he had the benefit of being the quarterback of being, or he had the benefit of being the quarterback of a front office who really didn't know what they were doing.
Correct.
It was their first time.
They didn't know how to protect him.
I don't blame David. David was talented, man. Like if Buffalo would have drafted David, I guarantee you we wouldn't be in the same place we're in where we would have Josh Allen. It would be a completely different team, completely different history. He was talented.
Right. Patty, loving having you on the show. By the way, Spence and I, you see this duo on Wednesday nights, every Wednesday night at 9:00 right here on YouTube, the Buffalo Fanatics YouTube. This I want to tell you. So, damn, I got to get that for my
That is
man.
right.
It's $100. You put in that promo code Fanatics that you see down there on the bottom right. You're going to get it for $80 and they're going to ship it to you for free. It's well worth it. Like, it is legit.
Yeah.
We have sold Buffalo Fanatics. They have officially partnered with us, and we have sold a ton of Manscaped right here off of our the Buffalo Fanatics network. So no, I agree with you as far as that goes. I got a couple questions. I want a couple
before you move on.
Yep.
Patty, I'm gonna just tell you, even if we haven't sold a ton, let's just say nobody bought any of them. I'm gonna just tell you, Manscaped is the real deal, and this is not the read.
Yeah.
They only pay us to do the read. I'm gonna just tell you, Manscaped is the real deal.
Yeah, for sure. I want to ask you a couple questions, non-Bills related, or maybe they could be. And I just want off the cuff. So how bad are the Texans and what's going on with Deshaun Watson?
The Texans are bad because their coach / GM I think he's a good coach. I think when the game is happening, he knows what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to like during the off season, he's like, well, this guy is expendable and this guy we can get and this guy we can't. He's not a good GM. So the problem is now the Texans don't have weapons that really allow Deshaun Watson to be Deshaun Watson.
Right.
Deshaun Watson was incredible at Clemson. He was incredible for a long time. I wanted the Bills to draft him. We didn't. So obviously that was the year we passed him up. We passed up so many great players.
Yep.
Deshaun Watson, the reason why that team looks competitive at all is because of him. It's nobody else.
But he seems listless. You know what I mean by the word listless? He just seems like he just kind of goes through emotions. Like it's like this sucks. Like that's
I read somewhere that they may be after week 8, but it doesn't help him now. Week 8, they may be looking into the possibility of bringing in AB as a. Listen, the talent AB has as a receiver can't be denied, but
for sure.
I wouldn't want him near my team, but listen, could you imagine AB and Deshaun Watson?
Yeah, it'd be insane. Definitely. Before we move on from there, so the Buccaneers have the ball, 4 minutes left of the game. They're up 35-31. The Seahawks are beating the Dolphins 31-23, but the Dolphins have the football inside of 2 minutes. And then where was it at?
Hey, how many people are in here right now?
It says 133, so it's not a million, but it's not low. And the Vikings.
Well, no, but the 133 is good.
Yeah, the 133 is real good. Thank you guys for spending some time with us. How good are the Seahawks really? Specifically, I mean, we know how good Russell Wilson is. They're literally putting the ball. They're saying, "Look, Russ, we can't stop anybody. Go make it happen." And Russ is. But how good are the Seahawks really? So we're going to play this team. How good are the Seahawks?
Well, my question to you is, where are we, the two of us together, going to watch the Bills face the Seahawks in the Super Bowl in February? That's my question to you.
Dude, I got free flights. I got points. So wherever you want to go, I'll be there with you. So,
well, if you want to go to Florida for the actual Super Bowl, if you want to come to Arizona, you want me to come to Buffalo, you want to meet somewhere in between. I know you love Columbus. That's your spot.
I love Columbus just
or Dayton.
It was home for a long time. But yeah, it's interestingly enough. Answer me this question: who are the Cowboys?
Frauds.
What is?
But I've said this for the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, but it makes no sense. Dak Prescott. I haven't been traditionally a Dak Prescott believer. The kid can play football. He can play football.
Dak is awesome.
Zeke is Zeke. I've watched Zeke the years that he was in Ohio State. I watched Zeke. I loved watching Zeke. I knew when I watched him at Ohio State that he was going to be a baller. Like, and then the wide receiver core, they don't have a legit necessarily number 1 tight end. But like, I just can't figure out why this team can't put wins together. Like, what is going on? The Browns are crushing them. They put 41 points on them. It's 41 to 30.
Wednesday we talked about this, and we only talked about it for like 15 seconds, but it's the ownership.
For sure. And here it is, Jason Stroud all over it. Thanks for being in the show today, Jason. Dak, another 400-yard game, 5 minutes left. Like, now that Josh Allen has thrown 300-yard games, 3 in a row, 1's a 400, and he's winning. And then you see this again, Dak with another 400-yard games. It just goes to show you and prove the fact that, like, throwing for 300 yards or 400 yards doesn't matter.
Means nothing. And that's why last season I was so upset. Like, everybody's talking, well, Josh hasn't thrown. Talk to me when he throws for 300 yards.
Right.
He led the league in fourth quarter comebacks. He led the league in wins in the fourth quarter. To me, that's what's important.
Davian, I don't think the Browns. Davian asks, are the Browns just that good? I don't think so. The Browns are. I think Baker Mayfield has hit his ceiling. So I think Baker.
I don't believe in Baker.
I think Baker is in Tyrod Taylor land, and what I mean by that is it's like we know who Baker is at this point. Like, Baker is not going to turn into a different quarterback. At this point.
Well, I'll agree with that statement. I was actually going to say I would prefer Tyrod Taylor as my quarterback than Baker.
Yes,
but your statement, when the way you made it, I get you. I'm with you.
Yeah, like, we knew who Tyrod was. It was time to move on. Like, they know who Baker is at this point. As far as I'm concerned, they know who Baker is at this point.
Yeah, he's done.
What else? So hit me up with some comments here. Let's do this. Why don't we move on to? Do we want to move on to game predictions, or do we want to do stat lines? What do you think? Final score.
Can you pull up, because I can't, because I'm on my phone. I can't pull up what I posted.
Yeah.
I want to be firm with what I posted. I think that's a good prediction.
Oh,
I do think Josh Jacobs will have a good game. I think he's going to run he's going to have a day. But as far as the Bills are concerned, I think I'm sorry, it's flies and stuff out here now. I think Josh is going to do very, very well. I think Singletary is going to have a combined great day, like rushing and receiving. Yeah. It's going to be, what did I say, 130 something yards?
I'll give it to you. So you got Josh Allen's stat line, 28 to 35 for 328 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 7 rushes for 62 yards. Diggs, 9 receptions on 11 targets, 2 touchdowns. Singletary, 21, 2 touchdowns. Yep, 21 for 121 total yards, or 120 total yards from scrimmage with 1 touchdown on the ground. Josh Jacobs, 130 yards rushing. Bills 35, Raiders 14. I got to navigate back to StreamYard. I don't remember exactly what. I can find my notes from my pregame show. So talk for a second while I see if I can figure out what the heck my stat line was.
Okay, well, I don't think that our offense will have an issue with their defense, but the issue that I have is the time of possession for the Raiders. I think with Josh McDaniels, Josh Jacobs running the ball, I think he'll obviously give the Raiders a benefit, or he'll help them control the time of possession. Sure. And with that, they'll run the ball way more than us. They'll have more possession, but I just think we're going to be way more dynamic. And the thing is, second half, they won't be able to run the ball that way. So I do think we're going to win the game. I'm just nervous about the first half. I really think that we're going to go into the halftime. You're going to be texting me, oh man, we're going to lose this game like you did last Sunday.
No.
I'm joking, but at the same time, I think I'm going to get text messages or tweets or DMs where people are going to be worried about the Bills at the half because we weren't able to stop the run. But I do think second half of the game, I trust Sean McDermott, just like I said to you earlier in our text. I trust Sean. I don't see, and I said it to Mike as well. His handle. Follow Mike, but I don't know if our run game, our run defense will stop this offense.
So I got 41 to 30. Unless they just scored and it's 41 to 37.
You think they scored 30 points on us?
No. Sorry, I'm looking at the Browns. So Browns really going to blow.
Oh, I'm like, wait, what?
Sorry, I'm talking to the Dominator. It hasn't updated for me yet on my laptop, so I'm still showing 41-30. I can't imagine the Browns scoring 11 or the Cowboys scoring another 11 points instead of 4 minutes. If they do, I guess we'll see. So my stat line
was that the Dominator?
Probably not.
Okay. No, you know what I'm asking you, like, as far as your show, your podcast.
I don't. Oh, the market. No. That was not John.
Oh, okay.
No, my bad. He has chimed in before, clapped in before on the Hump Day Hotline though. What I got for Josh Allen: 340 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 25 rushing yards. I think he's gonna stay in the pocket a little bit today, just because I don't think they're gonna test him too much. I think he will have a rushing touchdown. Devin Singletary. So, and I kind of said this on my show. I think he's gonna have 90 yards rushing. I think he's gonna have 70 yards receiving, which is 160 total on offense. And I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna basically get him some screen passes to kind of make up even for some more of those rushes. As far as that goes, I think Cole Beasley's going to, you've got Diggs having a big game. I've got Cole Beasley having a big game because I don't think there's any, but their safeties are not great cover safeties. And just from a linebacking standpoint, to your point, I just don't think they've got the guns. They've got the horses to cover Cole Beasley. So I have a feeling Cole's going to have another big game, like another 6
I agree.
yards. It'll be interesting for me. And then I've got the Bills 34-24 over the Las Vegas Raiders today. What do you guys got? So give us your score predictions, and I'm going to do my best to throw them up here. Richard Rush is chiming in. 38-20 Bills, 340, 3 touchdowns, 25 rushes. That's almost what I said. Like, unless you tell me what I said, that's close to exactly what I said. Great.
Well, to agree with you, I agree completely. I just think that the Bills, man, I don't. The only thing that I disagree with you on, I don't think that the Bills will give up that many points.
Gotcha. What is going on my laptop that this says that the Browns are up by 3, and I'm showing 41-30?
What? Keep talking. Keep talking.
41-38. That's exactly what it is.
Yo, the Browns are up by 3.
Yep. 41. Yep, Dallas just scored. So, South.
And Carolina clearly lost. It's 31-21 with 50 seconds left.
24-14. I'm guessing he's going Bills. Chris says 44-11 Bills, Diggs, Browns. I would love to see the Bills get on that 40 mark, that 40 wagon this week.
Dude, really I'm telling you, that's the area I'm at. And I know the score I predicted was different, but it's more so about Jacob scoring 2 touchdowns.
Right. And yes, the Cowboys do have a big leg kicker. He's my kicker in fantasy, just in case anybody's wondering. 42-16, Bills D steps up. Dude, it was funny because after you left me high and dry on the Humpty Hotline Wednesday, we did this. The amount of 40 numbers that came up when I did, and I couldn't keep up. There was like 300 people in the room, and like the chat was just blowing up. But everybody's kind of high on where they think the Bills are going to score. 35-14, Josh, 312, 3 TDs, 0.
For the record, everybody know Joe was taking shots like I left him high and dry. I told him in advance, the Lakers are my team, just like the Bills are my team. So listen, tonight, the Lakers actually play game 3. I'm not watching Sunday Night Football because I'm watching the NBA Finals.
Well, that makes sense.
I can leave you high and dry, man. I'm sorry. I love you. I love you so much. I watched you this morning at church. You were amazing this morning, man. You sounded great.
I appreciate that. I'm having a little trouble with my vocal cords. Thursday night at rehearsal, I felt a little pop in my throat, and I was like, that ain't normal.
I'll tell you what, you sounded great. The only thing I will tell you is, if you're singing live and the Lakers are on, I will not watch you.
What if I'm in like Madison Square Garden singing in front of like 15,000?
Nope. If it's the NBA Finals, I'm not watching you. If it's a regular season game, I will watch you at Madison Square Garden.
Love, he said. Browns 47-30. So the Browns just put another one up. So this thing is not. That sucks that this thing is that. Like, this is the NFL website.
47-38. That's insane, man.
Well, yeah. So the Browns are about to put a 50 burger on the Cowboys. Who are the Cowboys? That's what I just asked you. Did I not just ask you that? Like, who are the Cowboys? Like,
Cowboys are false, man. They're frauds. Period.
It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to jump back into this real quick, just so everybody, if you have not seen it, the inactives from today's football game, or for today's football game, Jake Fromm is inactive. Zach Moss is inactive. Hang on a second. I got to get the stupid chat.
Deshaun Phillips. Is it, how do you say his last name?
I think it's Bodiger.
Bodiger? Because I always want to pronounce it a different way, and I don't want to ruin it. And then Lee Smith. That's what I want to say is Botger.
Yeah, it's one of those two. So however you want to say it. And then Lee Smith, who had a great game last week. Was it last week or the week before? Week before, right?
Week before. Do we have the inactives for the Raiders?
I do not. I don't have the inactives for the Raiders. I can probably look them up. We got a couple minutes. We got 7 minutes. You talk.
Yeah, check it out. I was supposed to have a live show today with Kenny King Jr., who is the son of Raiders running. He's the son of Raiders great running back Kenny King. And we just had some scheduling issues last night. He has some different things going, but he seems to think that a key to victory is exactly what we're talking about. We think that the Bills' defense is going to be so much more dominant.
Right.
I don't know.
All right.
I think both defenses are struggling, man.
I'm looking up Raiders inactives. There's like no results.
There's definitely an act because they're wide receivers like alone. If Zay Jones is starting, and Buffalo Bills fans, we know Zay Jones.
Here are the inactive players for today's football game. Henry Ruggs III is out. Trent Brown is out.
I thought Ruggs was starting.
Ruggs is he's injured. He was doubtful today.
Wow.
Edwards is out. Rico Gafford is out. So 3 wide receivers out. And keep in mind the Bills. We've rostered 7, right? So if they've rostered 6, half their wide receivers are out.
Okay.
Patrick,
so I'll tell you what. Let me change my prediction.
And then safety Dallin Levitt is also out.
Let me change my prediction.
Right.
What was the score I posted? It was 34 to what?
I thought it was 32 to 14 or something like that.
32-14?
14 or something.
I'm going 35-7. If the Bills know that they have no receivers to throw, if they know Zay Jones is on the outside, I expect them to fully put 8 guys in the box. Like, we're not going to let Josh Jacobs just run over us. It's going to be like 35-7. I changed my prediction. I thought Ruggs was playing. If Ruggs, wow, we should dominate.
Yeah, for sure.
Period. We should dominate.
Tebow, thanks for the chat. So here's what's up, Tebow. Love the show, guys. Appreciate you putting in comments. Who don't have bread, basically.
Man, Tebow, don't worry about the bread, man.
Yeah, dude. So
we love you.
Literally, the super chat thing benefits Spence and I because that money comes to us, which is a blessing and it's nice. Literally, what it does though for you, the chatter, is it just separates you from everybody else. So
it's a priority. Yeah.
With 120 people in the room, it's not bad. On Wednesday nights when there's 300, 350, and that chat box, that comment window is just cranking.
It's different.
It's hard for us to keep track, and the super chat thing just makes it illuminate and like light up so we can see it and we can.
But Tebow, 1997, we love you. Listen, don't worry about having super chats. We will love you. Period. If you're on Twitter, follow both Joe and I and let us know who you are. Listen, we love you. We love you.
Yep.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah. So and come back on Wednesday 9:00 Eastern Standard Time is when the.
And if you're in Buffalo, come out to the Hump Day Live, man. Like, I want to meet you. I'll buy you a beer. So whoever you are, please DM me personally. You tell me that you're the person that's now. If I get 15 DMs that you're Tebow 1997, it's gonna be an issue. But if you're the actual guy, like, I got you, man.
I love this 50 burger. Let's go, baby. Let's just call it.
Are we still doing the what was the who had the bet? Like, if somebody gets scored 50 points, or is that
Anthony? It was hashtag stash for 50. So
I'm gonna call Anthony and find out, like, if we get 50 today, can I personally fly to you and shave your mustache and beard? I need to do that.
Tebow's last name is Tebow. Love it, dude. So yeah, dude, you're always welcome to be here. Absolutely.
Yeah, always welcome.
If you download Twitter, like, we got another real Chris Janke up in here. So
yeah, download that, man. We will hype you up.
Yeah, that's right. So and just follow me at Joe Miller Wired and follow Spence at J Spence the King. So we got about 2 minutes left, and then we're 10 minutes away from game time. Final words, final comments for the folks before we jump out of this thing.
Well, first I want to apologize to you. I'm a little tipsy, so I know I've been a little overly. I've been talking over your comments. I'm sorry, man. It's been bad.
You just take the spot of me for a change. Normally, I'm the one doing that to you.
Listen, when I get tipsy, I'm like, let's go. Like, I'm there. So I'm sorry, man. Maybe I should drink on Wednesdays.
No, dude, you're fine. So you're not bothering me at all. So I love it. I love me some Jay Spence. Period. So I just don't like Jay Spence that shows up 5 seconds before the show starts. That Jay Spence.
Listen, guys, Joe hates the fact that I'm the guy, like, I planned everything out. So, like, if the show starts at 6, I'm in at like 5:57. He's texting me, "Hey, are you okay? Or what's wrong?" I just hate, like, I'm that guy. So I apologize, Joe. I will do better moving forward. I love you. You know that. I love you.
Last comments about this football game. Last comments. give the people something.
4-0. Oh wait, here we go. 4-0. 4-0. That's where we're at.
It's gonna feel good if the Bills are 4-0. For me, I think the big thing to watch, I think the linebackers step up today, which is contrary to what you predicted as far as for Josh Jacobs. I know you hope they do as well, so we're not talking about that.
I hope they do. Yeah, I'm not predicting that they suck. Like, yeah. I hope they do well. I just don't. I don't. I know you don't think he's Saquon, but I'm telling you, man, he's top running back, man. Like, he's so awesome.
Jason, peace out. We love you guys.
We love you.
Trying to work on being 4-0. We got about 10 minutes to game time. Thanks for hanging with us. Thanks for joining with us. Hope to see you in 2 weeks. Otherwise, we'll catch you guys on Wednesday night. Let's go.